In a world constantly bombarded with noise, conflicting opinions, and diverse personalities, one persistent challenge remains: navigating interactions with people who don't respect us. These situations can test our patience, challenge our boundaries, and shake our sense of self-worth. Welcome to Buddhist Mindfulness, where we bridge timeless wisdom with modern-day scenarios to explore practical strategies for maintaining dignity, inner peace, and healthy boundaries in the face of disrespect. Today, we will delve deep into 5 ways to handle people who don't respect you, offering a blend of personal insights, core Buddhist principles such as mindfulness and compassion, and relatable stories to help you transform potentially negative encounters into opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. Let's begin with a crucial question for self-reflection. How do you typically respond when someone tests your boundaries or shows you disrespect? Do you tend to react impulsively with anger or defensiveness, or do you take a moment to reflect and respond with intention? Hold that thought and consider your usual response as we explore 5 empowering strategies that will enable you to rise above disrespect with grace, confidence, and inner strength. These strategies will not only help you navigate challenging interactions, but also cultivate greater self-awareness and emotional resilience. First way, embrace the silent stare, the power of stillness in the face of disrespect. This first strategy focuses on the powerful technique of the silent stare, a calm, unwavering gaze, as a way to disarm disrespectful behavior and assert your presence without engaging in verbal conflict. The power of silence, shifting the power dynamic through stillness. Imagine a scenario. You're in a meeting presenting an important idea, and someone repeatedly interrupts you, dismissing your points with arrogance and disregard. Your immediate instinct might be to react defensively, to snap back with a sharp retort, or to engage in an argument. However, consider an alternative approach: a calm, unwavering stare. This subtle yet powerful technique, rooted in mindfulness and self-control, can often shift the power dynamic instantly and effectively de-escalate the situation. By resisting the urge to react, you create an unexpected pause that disrupts the aggressor's flow. They're left to face the discomfort of their own behavior, often leading to self-correction. In that still moment, the room's attention subtly shifts, drawing focus to the disrespect without a single word spoken. Your silence speaks volumes, conveying strength and self-respect without confrontation. The silent stare leverages an ancient Buddhist principle: the strength and power inherent in stillness. Disrespectful behavior thrives on reactions. It feeds on emotional responses such as anger, frustration, or defensiveness. When you refuse to engage in this reactive cycle and instead respond with calm stillness, the aggressor is left to confront their own behavior without the external fuel of your reaction. This is not passive aggression, which is often manipulative and indirect. It's a mindful assertion of presence, a silent declaration of self-respect, and a refusal to be drawn into a negative exchange. It communicates that you are aware of the disrespect and are choosing not to engage in it. From a psychological perspective, the silent stare taps into the human brain's discomfort with ambiguity. When confronted with a neutral but intense gaze, the aggressor's brain interprets the lack of verbal response as a form of social resistance. This can trigger self-awareness, making them question their behavior. Additionally, silence creates a moment of cognitive dissonance, a mismatch between the aggressor's expectations of conflict and the reality of your calm response. A personal experience illustrates the effectiveness of this technique. During a heated office discussion, a colleague incessantly interrupted me, preventing me from fully expressing my point of view. Feeling frustrated but determined to maintain composure, I held his gaze for a few silent seconds. The room grew noticeably tense, and he stumbled over his words, momentarily losing his train of thought. That single moment of silent, unwavering eye contact effectively reset the tone of our interaction. He became more attentive and respectful for the remainder of the discussion, proving that actions, or in this case, a lack of reaction, can often speak louder than words. Real-life applications: where and how to use it. The silent stare is not limited to workplace scenarios. It can be equally effective in personal relationships, public settings, or even online interactions. Here are some practical tips on how to apply this technique. Assess the context. Ensure that your silence is appropriate for the situation. A silent stare is powerful, but may not always be the best choice if immediate action is required. Practice nonverbal cues. Pair your gaze with an open posture and a calm demeanor to reinforce your silent message. Set boundaries. If the disrespect persists, calmly state your boundaries after the silent stare. For example, "I'd appreciate it if you let me finish speaking." Avoid overuse. Reserve the silent stare for moments where it's truly necessary to maintain its impact. This tactic serves as a powerful reminder that we are not obligated to react to negativity or disrespect. We have the power to choose our response, and sometimes the most effective response is no response at all. The silent stare reinforces our control over our own emotions and conveys a silent yet firm message. I respect myself enough not to stoop to your level. I am present, I am aware of your behavior, and I choose not to engage in this disrespectful exchange. It's a powerful tool for maintaining dignity and asserting your presence without resorting to verbal conflict. While the silent stare is effective, it's important to use it with compassion and awareness. Understand that disrespect often stems from insecurity, stress, or lack of emotional intelligence. By choosing stillness, you not only protect your own boundaries, but also offer the aggressor an opportunity for self-reflection. This dual approach of self-respect and empathy can foster healthier communication dynamics in the long term. To fully harness the power of stillness, consider integrating mindfulness practices into your daily routine. Meditation, deep breathing exercises, and reflective journaling can enhance your ability to remain calm and composed in challenging situations. Over time, this practice can transform how you handle not only disrespect but also other forms of adversity. Meditation. Spend 5 minutes daily focusing on your breath. This simple practice can train your mind to pause and remain calm in stressful moments. Body awareness. Pay attention to physical tension during moments of conflict and consciously relax those areas to maintain composure. Visualization. Before entering potentially difficult situations, visualize yourself responding with calm stillness. This mental rehearsal can increase your confidence in applying the silent stare when needed. By modeling calm and respectful responses, you contribute to creating an environment where disrespectful behavior is less likely to thrive. Your silent stare becomes a subtle but powerful reminder that every individual deserves to be treated with dignity. Over time, this approach can inspire others to adopt similar strategies, fostering a collective culture of respect and mindfulness. The silent stare is more than just a response to disrespect. It's a transformative tool that empowers you to navigate conflict with grace and composure. By embracing the power of stillness, you assert your self-respect, protect your emotional well-being, and inspire others to rise above negativity. In a world that often rewards loudness and aggression, the quiet strength of a calm, unwavering gaze is a profound act of defiance and dignity. Second way. Use silence as an answer, cultivating inner peace through non-engagement. This second strategy builds upon the previous one, emphasizing the profound power of silence as a deliberate response to disrespect. It explores the philosophical underpinnings of silence, particularly within a Buddhist context, and provides practical guidance on how to effectively utilize this technique. In Buddhism, silence is often considered golden, not simply as a means of avoiding conflict, but more importantly, as a powerful tool for cultivating inner peace, self-awareness, and emotional resilience. It's not about suppressing emotions or avoiding difficult conversations altogether. It's about choosing a mindful pause before reacting, allowing space for reflection, and a more considered response. When someone disrespects you, choosing silence can be your most powerful and effective answer, communicating volumes without uttering a single word. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is an active state of being. It reflects control over your emotions, mastery of your reactions, and a commitment to preserving your inner equilibrium. In Buddhist teachings, silence embodies the concept of right speech, one of the elements of the Noble Eightfold Path, which emphasizes the importance of speaking only when your words are true, beneficial, and kind. By choosing silence in moments of disrespect, you align with these principles, creating a space where wisdom and calm prevail. Throughout history, silence has been revered in various cultures and philosophies. In Stoicism, for instance, silence is associated with the discipline of assent, the practice of withholding judgment until all facts are clear. In Buddhism, silence is seen as a pathway to mindfulness and enlightenment. The Buddha himself often remains silent in the face of provocative questions, teaching that wisdom sometimes lies in non-engagement. These traditions highlight silence as not a sign of weakness, but as a mark of strength and self-assurance. Why silence is powerful, starving negativity of its fuel. Negativity, disrespect, and provocation thrive on attention and reaction. They seek to draw you into a negative exchange, draining your energy and disrupting your inner peace. By consciously choosing not to respond, you effectively starve disrespect of its fuel. You refuse to engage in the negativity, preventing it from escalating and minimizing its impact on your emotional state. Silence disrupts the aggressor's expectation of conflict. They anticipate a reaction, an argument, or some form of emotional engagement. When you respond with silence, you disrupt this expectation, leaving them to sit with the weight of their own words and behavior. This can often be more impactful than any verbal retaliation. It subtly shifts the power dynamic, as your silence speaks to your self-control and emotional independence. Engaging in verbal conflicts often leads to emotional exhaustion. The act of defending yourself, countering insults, or proving your point can drain your mental and emotional resources. Silence, on the other hand, acts as a shield. It protects your energy, allowing you to remain grounded and composed. It is a form of self-care, enabling you to prioritize your well-being over the fleeting satisfaction of a verbal comeback. A personal experience illustrates the effectiveness of this approach. Once a colleague made some pointed remarks about my work that were clearly designed to provoke a reaction. Instead of retaliating with anger or defensiveness, I took a deep breath, offered a subtle smile, and remained silent. The awkward silence that followed effectively ended the conversation. The colleague seemed unsure how to proceed without my engagement, and the conversation quickly fizzled out. This simple act of choosing silence spared my energy, preserved my peace of mind, and prevented a potentially unpleasant and unproductive exchange. Application tip: observing the unfolding of a silent response. Next time someone attempts to provoke you, insult you, or show you disrespect, take a deep breath, pause, and consciously choose silence as your response. Observe how the situation unfolds when you refuse to play their game. Notice the shift in energy, the aggressor's reaction, and your own internal state. This practice can be challenging at first, but with consistent effort, it becomes a powerful tool for maintaining composure, asserting self-respect, and cultivating inner peace in the face of disrespect. It's about choosing a mindful response rather than a knee-jerk reaction. Practical steps to cultivating silence as a response. 1. Practice mindful breathing. When faced with a provocative situation, focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and exhale slowly. This simple act centers your mind and creates a pause between stimulus and response. It's in this pause that you can choose silence as your answer. 2. Build emotional awareness. Recognize your emotional triggers. By understanding what provokes you, you can better prepare to respond mindfully. Journaling, meditation, and self-reflection can help you identify patterns in your reactions and equip you to handle similar situations with silence in the future. 3. Use nonverbal cues. Sometimes silence can be complemented by a calm, composed demeanor. A slight nod, a polite smile, or even maintaining eye contact can convey confidence and self-respect without the need for words. 4. Reflect on outcomes. After choosing silence, take a moment to reflect on the situation. How did it make you feel? What was the reaction of the other person? Did the situation de-escalate? This reflection reinforces the practice and builds confidence in using silence effectively. Choosing silence as a response can be challenging, especially if you're accustomed to defending yourself or countering insults. Here are some common challenges and how to overcome them. Challenge 1. Fear of being misunderstood. Some people equate silence with agreement or submission. To counter this, focus on your intention. Remember, your silence is a choice to preserve your peace, not a sign of weakness. Challenge 2. Emotional overload. In the heat of the moment, it can be difficult to remain silent. Practice emotional regulation techniques such as mindfulness meditation or progressive muscle relaxation to build your capacity for calm responses. Challenge 3. Pressure from others, friends, or colleagues might urge you to respond verbally. Trust your instincts and remember that silence is your choice. You don't need to justify your approach to anyone. Beyond immediate situations, the practice of silence contributes to long-term emotional resilience and inner growth. It teaches you to value your peace over fleeting victories in verbal exchanges. It deepens your self-awareness, strengthens your ability to handle adversity, and aligns you with the principles of mindfulness and compassion. Over time, you'll find that choosing silence not only preserves your peace, but also empowers you to navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. Silence is not just an absence of words, it is a profound expression of inner strength and self-control. By consciously choosing silence in the face of disrespect, you reclaim your power, protect your peace, and set a boundary that speaks louder than words ever could. It is a skill that takes practice, but its rewards are immeasurable. As you integrate this strategy into your life, you'll discover the transformative power of non-engagement and the unparalleled serenity that comes from mastering your responses. Third way, stop explaining your choices, reclaiming your autonomy and embracing self-acceptance. Why do we often feel compelled to explain or justify our decisions, especially when they differ from the expectations or opinions of others? Often, it stems from a deep-seated need to appease others, seek external validation, or avoid judgment. This behavior is often rooted in our upbringing and societal norms, which emphasize conformity and acceptance. From a young age, many are taught that their worth is tied to how well they align with others' expectations. As adults, this can manifest as a chronic need to explain ourselves in an effort to gain approval or avoid conflict. This constant need for validation is both emotionally and mentally draining. By consistently justifying our choices, we inadvertently hand over our power and autonomy to others. The truth is, your life is not a debate stage. You are not obligated to defend your choices to anyone. True freedom lies in understanding that your decisions do not require approval from external sources. Consider the scenario of someone choosing an unconventional career path. Society might dictate that success is measured by financial stability or social prestige, but personal fulfillment often goes against the grain of these expectations. The pressure to explain such a choice often stems from internalized beliefs that validation from others equals value. However, recognizing this pattern is the first step toward reclaiming your autonomy. Cultural norms often reinforce the need for external validation. In many societies, collective values outweigh individual preferences. Decisions, whether about career, relationships, or lifestyle, are scrutinized through the lens of what is acceptable. This societal framework conditions individuals to seek approval before taking action, even when it conflicts with personal desires. However, challenging these cultural and social narratives is essential. By acknowledging that such norms are constructs rather than absolute truths, you empower yourself to prioritize your own well-being and happiness over societal expectations. This shift in perspective allows for the development of a more authentic and autonomous life. When you consciously choose to stop explaining yourself, you reclaim your personal power and assert your right to make your own decisions. In Buddhism, self-acceptance is a cornerstone of inner peace and liberation. It involves accepting yourself, your choices, and your life path without judgment or the need for external approval. Trusting your own intuition and allowing your actions to speak for themselves is a powerful expression of self-acceptance. It communicates that you are confident in your choices and do not need the validation of others. Self-acceptance also includes forgiving yourself for past mistakes and recognizing that your journey is uniquely yours. A personal experience illustrates the transformative power of this approach. When I made the decision to switch careers to follow my passion, many people questioned my decision. They offered unsolicited advice, expressed concerns, and tried to dissuade me from pursuing this new path. At first, I felt pressured to explain my reasoning, justify my choices, and defend my decision. However, I soon realized that these explanations were not changing anyone's minds and were only draining my energy. I then learned to respond with a simple, confident statement. because it's what I wanted. The simplicity and directness of this statement effectively ended further debate and affirmed my self-worth. It communicated that my decision was based on my own internal compass and that I did not need to seek external approval. Over time, this approach became a habit. The more I practiced responding succinctly and confidently, the more I felt liberated from the need to explain myself. This shift not only conserved my energy, but also strengthened my sense of self. Practical tip: responding with confidence and brevity. Practice responding to questions or challenges about your choices with confidence and brevity. Instead of launching into a lengthy explanation, try a simple statement such as, "This feels right for me. It's something I've decided to do. It aligns with my goals." Let the silence that follows be your strongest argument. This approach communicates self-assurance and effectively shuts down further debate, allowing you to maintain your autonomy and preserve your energy. It's about owning your choices and trusting your own inner wisdom. Reclaiming your autonomy by ceasing to explain your choices offers numerous psychological benefits. Firstly, it reduces stress and anxiety. When you no longer feel obligated to justify yourself, you free up mental space for more meaningful pursuits. This newfound clarity fosters a sense of inner peace and confidence. Secondly, it strengthens your decision-making skills. By relying on your intuition and values rather than external opinions, you become more adept at making choices that align with your authentic self. This self-trust spills over into other areas of life, enhancing your overall well-being. Lastly, embracing autonomy positively impacts your relationships. When you set boundaries and communicate with confidence, you teach others to respect your decisions. This dynamic fosters healthier, more balanced interactions, free from the pressure of constant justification. While the idea of ceasing to explain yourself is empowering, it's not without challenges. Here are some common obstacles and strategies to overcome them. Fear of judgment. The fear of being judged often drives the need for explanation. To counter this, remind yourself that others' opinions are reflections of their own perspectives and not your reality. Practice self-affirmation techniques to bolster your confidence. Guilt. Many people feel guilty when they don't explain their choices, especially to loved ones. Combat this guilt by reminding yourself that prioritizing your well-being is not selfish but necessary for a fulfilling life. Pressure from close relationships. Family and friends may pressure you for explanations out of concern or curiosity. In such cases, acknowledge their intentions while maintaining your boundaries. For example, say, "I appreciate your concern, but this is what feels right for me." Internalize conditioning. Breaking free from deeply ingrained habits takes time. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. Journaling or seeking support from a therapist can help you navigate this process. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who respect your autonomy can make this journey easier. Seek out communities that celebrate individuality and encourage self-expression. These environments provide a safe space to practice self-acceptance and strengthen your resolve to stop explaining your choices. Ceasing to explain your choices is a profound act of self-liberation. By embracing autonomy and self-acceptance, you reclaim your personal power and chart a course that aligns with your authentic self. This journey requires courage, but the rewards, inner peace, confidence, and stronger relationships are immeasurable. Remember, your life is yours to live, and your choices need no justification beyond what feels right to you. Fourth way, keep your distance, prioritizing your well-being through healthy boundaries. Maintaining healthy boundaries is a cornerstone of personal well-being. It involves creating intentional space between yourself and individuals who habitually disrespect you. This practice isn't about shutting people out or being unkind. It's about self-respect, emotional preservation, and fostering an environment that nurtures your growth. Below, we explore the deeper wisdom behind setting boundaries, highlight its significance through relatable examples, and offer practical guidance for implementation. One of the most critical skills in maintaining healthy relationships is recognizing that not everyone merits unlimited access to your time, energy, or emotions. This realization underscores the importance of establishing boundaries, a concept rooted in self-awareness and self-respect. Healthy boundaries are about creating a balance that protects your mental, emotional, and spiritual resources from being depleted by toxic behaviors or negativity. Far from being selfish, boundaries are profound acts of self-care. By prioritizing your well-being, you acknowledge your intrinsic value and send a clear message that disrespectful behavior is unacceptable. Protecting yourself from harmful influences is a way to safeguard your emotional stability and mental clarity. Boundaries provide a framework for fostering relationships rooted in mutual respect, positivity, and genuine care. When you establish and maintain boundaries, their positive effects ripple through every aspect of your life. You gain greater control over your time and energy, which enables you to focus on pursuits that matter most. Moreover, boundaries empower you to develop deeper connections with people who genuinely support and uplift you. By keeping negativity at bay, you create the conditions for personal and professional growth. Buddhist teachings emphasize the significance of cultivating an environment conducive to peace, happiness, and spiritual growth. This philosophy encourages individuals to surround themselves with supportive, respectful, and compassionate people. Such an environment allows you to thrive emotionally and spiritually, free from the draining effects of negativity. Buddhism highlights the importance of discernment when selecting the people you allow into your life. Associating with those who exhibit positive qualities, such as kindness, empathy, and understanding, creates a nurturing space for self-improvement and joy. By distancing yourself from individuals who undermine or disrespect you, you prioritize relationships that inspire and encourage your personal evolution. Detachment from toxic influences fosters clarity and inner peace. Buddhist teachings often emphasize letting go of attachments that no longer serve you. This practice includes relationships that hinder your growth or disrupt your harmony. By creating distance, you allow yourself the freedom to focus on what truly matters, your happiness and well-being. Personal stories often illustrate the transformative power of setting boundaries. Here's a real-life example. I once had a friend whose humor often came at my expense. She would make backhanded compliments, veiled criticisms, or jokes that subtly targeted my insecurities. While these remarks were not overtly malicious, they consistently left me feeling uneasy and drained. Over time, I realized that her words were affecting my confidence and self-esteem. After much introspection, I decided to reduce my interactions with this friend. It wasn't an easy choice. I feared being perceived as rude or ungrateful. However, prioritizing my well-being became more important than maintaining a friendship that was harming me. I communicated my feelings honestly and began limiting our time together. The change was remarkable. Without the constant negativity, my confidence grew, and I felt more energized and positive. I began investing my time in friendships that were mutually uplifting and supportive. The experience taught me the value of surrounding myself with people who genuinely respected and celebrated me. Setting boundaries is a skill that requires self-awareness, courage, and consistency. Here are practical steps to help you create and maintain distance from individuals who negatively impact your well-being. Step 1. Reflect on your relationships. Take time to evaluate the people in your life. Ask yourself, do they respect your boundaries and values? How do you feel after interacting with them? Are they contributing positively to your growth? Identify relationships that consistently drain your energy or cause distress. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward creating change. Step 2. Communicate your boundaries clearly. If possible, have an honest conversation with the individual in question. Use I statements to express your feelings and establish your boundaries. For example, I feel hurt when my concerns are dismissed, so I need more understanding in our interactions. I've realized I need to prioritize my well-being, so I'll be stepping back for now. Clear communication helps avoid misunderstandings and sets the tone for healthier interactions moving forward. Step 3. Limit contact or step away. When communication doesn't lead to improvement, reducing or eliminating contact might be necessary. This could involve spending less time with the person, setting firm limits on how and when you interact, cutting ties altogether if the relationship is irreparably toxic. Remember, stepping back is not an act of hostility, it's an act of self-respect. Think about the difference between a person who slouches and avoids eye contact versus someone who stands tall and meets your gaze with a steady, calm expression. The latter immediately exudes confidence, even without saying a word. This simple but impactful adjustment in posture can set the tone for any interaction. People tend to mirror the energy they encounter, so when you project self-assuredness, others are more likely to respond with respect. A personal experience illustrates the transformative power of embodying confidence in the face of disrespect. During a social gathering, someone made a mocking remark about my spiritual practices. Instead of shrinking back, feeling embarrassed, or becoming defensive, I consciously chose to stand tall, maintain eye contact, offer a genuine smile, and continue the conversation with grace and composure. My outward display of confidence and self-assurance disarmed their negativity and prevented the situation from escalating. The person seemed taken aback by my calm response and quickly changed the subject. This experience left me feeling empowered and reinforced the idea that projecting confidence can be a powerful deterrent to disrespectful behavior. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but choosing how to express them in a way that preserves your dignity and commands respect. A core principle in Buddhist philosophy is the inherent worth and dignity of all beings. Your value as a human being is intrinsic and unshakable. It is not dependent on external validation, achievements, or the opinions of others. This idea serves as a cornerstone for cultivating genuine confidence. When you truly embody this understanding and radiate confidence and self-respect, you create a protective shield against negativity and discourage others from attempting to undermine you. This inner confidence acts as a powerful deterrent, communicating that you value yourself and will not tolerate disrespect. Practicing mindfulness and self-compassion can help reinforce this mindset, making it easier to project self-assurance in difficult situations. The next time someone tries to undermine you, insult you, or show you disrespect, consciously focus on your posture. Straighten your back, lift your head, maintain appropriate eye contact, and speak with a clear and steady voice. Even if you don't feel completely confident internally, projecting confidence through your body language can significantly shift the dynamics of the interaction. Notice how this change in posture and demeanor affects the other person's behavior and your own internal state. This practice can be a powerful tool for asserting your presence, maintaining your dignity, and discouraging negativity from taking root. It's about embodying your inherent worth and projecting an aura of self-respect that commands respect from others. Confidence, like any skill, improves with practice. Here are some exercises to help you cultivate and project self-assurance. Daily mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror for 5 minutes each day. Practice maintaining good posture, making eye contact with your reflection, and smiling genuinely. Affirm your self-worth by repeating positive affirmations like, "I am worthy of respect," or "I am confident and capable." This daily ritual helps solidify the connection between your physical posture and mental state. Role-playing scenarios. Rehearse potential challenging interactions with a trusted friend or coach. Practice maintaining your posture, steady voice, and composed demeanor while responding to hypothetical, disrespectful remarks. This exercise builds muscle memory and prepares you for real-life situations. Mindfulness meditation. Regular mindfulness practice helps you stay grounded and aware of your inherent worth. During meditation, focus on your breath and silently repeat affirmations about self-respect. This cultivates inner calm and confidence that radiates outward. Power pose practice. Adopting power poses, like standing with your feet shoulder-width apart and hands on your hips, for a few minutes before a challenging interaction can boost your sense of confidence. Research has shown that power posing can elevate testosterone levels and reduce cortisol, fostering a sense of empowerment. Research in psychology and neuroscience has highlighted the interplay between physical posture and mental states. Studies suggest that upright posture can reduce feelings. Step 4. Build a supportive network. Focus on nurturing relationships with people who respect, encourage, and uplift you. A strong support network provides emotional security and reinforces your boundaries. Surrounding yourself with positive influences creates a healthier, more fulfilling social circle. Step 5. Practice self-compassion. Stepping away from a relationship can be emotionally challenging. It's important to treat yourself with kindness during this process. Remind yourself that prioritizing your well-being is a necessary and courageous decision. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Setting and maintaining healthy boundaries is a transformative practice that prioritizes your well-being. By creating distance from individuals who consistently disrespect you, you honor your worth and protect your emotional, mental, and spiritual health. This act of self-compassion allows you to focus on relationships that genuinely enrich your life and contribute to your happiness. Remember, you are deserving of respect, kindness, and support. Prioritizing these values in your relationships is not only empowering but also essential for personal growth. By keeping your distance from negativity, you create the space to thrive and live authentically. Fifth way, hold your head high, projecting confidence and radiating self-respect. This final strategy focuses on the powerful impact of physical posture and embodying confidence as a means of responding to disrespect and maintaining your dignity. It explores the connection between physical posture and mental state and offers practical advice on how to project confidence in challenging situations. Confidence is not just an internal feeling. It's also a physical manifestation that can be projected through your posture, body language, and demeanor. Holding your head high, maintaining good posture, and making eye contact are not just physical actions. They are powerful expressions of self-respect, self-assurance, and inner strength. This physical posture can also influence your internal state, boosting your confidence and helping you feel more empowered. Think about the difference between a person who slouches and avoids eye contact versus someone who stands tall and meets your gaze with a steady, calm expression. The latter immediately exudes confidence, even without saying a word. This simple but impactful adjustment in posture can set the tone for any interaction. People tend to mirror the energy they encounter, so when you project self-assuredness, others are more likely to respond with respect. A personal experience illustrates the transformative power of embodying confidence in the face of disrespect. During a social gathering, someone made a mocking remark about my spiritual practices. Instead of shrinking back, feeling embarrassed, or becoming defensive, I consciously chose to stand tall, maintain eye contact, offer a genuine smile, and continue the conversation with grace and composure. My outward display of confidence and self-assurance disarmed their negativity and prevented the situation from escalating. The person seemed taken aback by my calm response and quickly changed the subject. This experience left me feeling empowered and reinforced the idea that projecting confidence can be a powerful deterrent to disrespectful behavior. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but choosing how to express them in a way that preserves your dignity and commands respect. A core principle in Buddhist philosophy is the inherent worth and dignity of all beings. Your value as a human being is intrinsic and unshakable. It is not dependent on external validation, achievements, or the opinions of others. This idea serves as a cornerstone for cultivating genuine confidence. When you truly embody this understanding and radiate confidence and self-respect, you create a protective shield against negativity and discourage others from attempting to undermine you. This inner confidence acts as a powerful deterrent, communicating that you value yourself and will not tolerate disrespect. Practicing mindfulness and self-compassion can help reinforce this mindset, making it easier to project self-assurance in difficult situations. The next time someone tries to undermine you, insult you, or show you disrespect, consciously focus on your posture. Straighten your back, lift your head, maintain appropriate eye contact, and speak with a clear and steady voice. Even if you don't feel completely confident internally, projecting confidence through your body language can significantly shift the dynamics of the interaction. Notice how this change in posture and demeanor affects the other person's behavior and your own internal state. This practice can be a powerful tool for asserting your presence, maintaining your dignity, and discouraging negativity from taking root. It's about embodying your inherent worth and projecting an aura of self-respect that commands respect from others. Confidence, like any skill, improves with practice. Here are some exercises to help you cultivate and project self-assurance. Daily mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror for 5 minutes each day. Practice maintaining good posture, making eye contact with your reflection, and smiling genuinely. Affirm your self-worth by repeating positive affirmations like, "I am worthy of respect," or "I am confident and capable." This daily ritual helps solidify the connection between your physical posture and mental state. Role-playing scenarios. Rehearse potential challenging interactions with a trusted friend or coach. Practice maintaining your posture, steady voice, and composed demeanor while responding to hypothetical disrespectful remarks. This exercise builds muscle memory and prepares you for real-life situations. Mindfulness meditation. Regular mindfulness practice helps you stay grounded and aware of your inherent worth. During meditation, focus on your breath and silently repeat affirmations about self-respect. This cultivates inner calm and confidence that radiates outward. Power pose practice. Adopting power poses, like standing with your feet shoulder-width apart and hands on your hips, for a few minutes before a challenging interaction can boost your sense of confidence. Research has shown that power posing can elevate testosterone levels and reduce cortisol, fostering a sense of empowerment. Research in psychology and neuroscience has highlighted the interplay between physical posture and mental states. Studies suggest that upright posture can reduce feelings of stress, increase positive emotions, and improve overall self-esteem. This phenomenon, known as embodied cognition, indicates that our body language doesn't just reflect our emotions, it can actively shape them. For instance, a study published in the journal Psychological Science found that participants who adopted confident postures experienced lower levels of cortisol, a stress hormone, and higher levels of testosterone, a hormone linked to dominance and confidence. These hormonal changes can enhance your ability to stay composed and self-assured in high-pressure situations. Projecting confidence through your posture is not limited to confrontational scenarios. It's a skill that enhances your overall presence in various settings. Workplace. During meetings or presentations, maintaining an upright posture, making eye contact, and speaking clearly conveys authority and competence. These nonverbal cues can significantly impact how your colleagues and superiors perceive you. Social settings. In social gatherings, confident body language helps you make a positive impression and facilitates more meaningful connections. People are naturally drawn to those who exude self-assurance. Personal relationships. In personal interactions, confident posture and steady communication foster mutual respect and understanding, even during disagreements. Building resilience. Confidence as a shield against disrespect. Confidence is not about arrogance or pretending to be invulnerable. It's about recognizing and embodying your worth. When you project self-assurance, you send a clear message to others about how you expect to be treated. This stance helps you navigate disrespectful situations with grace and prevents others from taking advantage of you. At the same time, radiating confidence doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or ignoring valid feelings of hurt. It's about channeling those emotions into constructive actions that uphold your dignity. For instance, if someone's behavior crosses a boundary, confidently and calmly expressing your feelings can help set clear limits without escalating the situation. Holding your head high and projecting confidence is a simple yet profound way to navigate life's challenges. It not only influences how others perceive and treat you, but also shapes your internal state, fostering resilience and self-respect. By cultivating confident posture and body language, you empower yourself to face disrespect with grace and assertiveness, transforming potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and self-affirmation. The journey to embodying confidence is continuous, requiring practice, mindfulness, and self-compassion. As you integrate these principles into your daily life, you'll discover that maintaining your dignity in challenging situations becomes second nature, and you'll radiate an inner strength that inspires respect and admiration from those around you. As we conclude this exploration of handling disrespect, it's essential to remember that respect begins with you. By cultivating self-respect, setting healthy boundaries, and projecting confidence, you not only protect your own well-being, but also teach others how to treat you. The strategies we've discussed, embracing silence, using silence as an answer, stopping the need to explain your choices, keeping your distance from toxic individuals, and holding your head high, are all powerful tools for cultivating self-respect and establishing healthy boundaries. These practices are not about being aggressive or confrontational. They are about asserting your worth, protecting your energy, and communicating clearly that you will not tolerate disrespect. By embodying these principles, you send a clear message to others about how you expect to be treated, protecting your peace and reflecting your inherent worth. These practices not only protect your peace of mind and emotional well-being, but also serve as a powerful reflection of your inherent worth and dignity. When you value yourself enough to set boundaries, refuse to engage in negativity, and project confidence, you radiate an aura of self-respect that commands respect from others. This inner strength and self-assurance act as a shield against negativity and create space for more positive and fulfilling relationships. Life is too precious to waste on negativity, disrespect, or toxic relationships. It's important to prioritize cultivating connections that honor your values, nurture your growth, and support your well-being. Surround yourself with individuals who treat you with kindness, compassion, and respect. As the Buddha wisely taught, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This profound statement reminds us of the importance of self-compassion and self-acceptance. Before we can expect respect from others, we must first cultivate it within ourselves. By embracing self-love and recognizing our inherent worth, we create a foundation for healthy and fulfilling relationships. Thank you for joining Buddhist Mindfulness on this important journey. We hope that these insights and practical strategies have resonated with you and empowered you to navigate challenging interactions with greater grace and confidence. If you found value in this video, please like this video. Your likes help us reach a wider audience and share this valuable information with more people. Subscribe to Buddhist Mindfulness. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on our latest content and become part of a growing community dedicated to mindful living and personal growth. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We encourage you to share your insights, reflections, and any personal experiences you may have related to this topic. Let's continue to learn and grow together, building a community rooted in respect, compassion, and mindful living. Until next time, take care, stay strong, and remember to treat yourself and others with the kindness and respect you deserve.